Welcome, everyone. I'm Mike.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Ruben. And we're the host of the 4 True Crime Idiots podcast.
Welcome to our podcast.
Yes.
Nice to be with you.
Yes. Thank you for giving us a listen. Continuing listening to us. Who are we going to talk about today?
Today is Brandon Lawson.
From here in Texas.
Yeah.
Here.
San Angelo area.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty strange, crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy case.
It was.
Still is.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't find him till like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
His remains,
right?
Yeah. Very sad. Next, Mike will take us to the Idiot Criminal Club.
Welcome to the Idiot Criminals Club. Here is today's Idiot Criminal Club inductee. He wanted a crossbow, was wearing stretchy pants. By John Johnson, Newser staff. And thus comes another weird arrest in Florida.
Always in Florida, right?
Always in Florida.
Florida man.
Florida.
They're weirdos.
Yes.
Something in the water.
You're right. Has to be.
Police in Florida say a man stole a crossbow from a store by shoving it down the front of his pants, reports NBC News. More specifically, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office says one of the world's dumbest criminals stole a 33-inch crossbow valued at about $1,300 from a True Value store in such a manner. To be fair, police say the tactic actually worked, at least temporarily. The thief did, in fact, successfully leave the store, according to the sheriff's office. The video shows him using a single crutch in an apparent ruse to help disguise why he was walking funny. Store employees noticed the theft about 2 weeks later. Check surveillance video and voila. Police then arrested 46-year-old Darren Durant, who faces a charge of felony petite theft. Durant has 2 previous felony theft convictions. You just can't make this stuff up, wrote Sheriff Wayne Ivey.
He put an entire crossbow in his pants?
Dixon, probably.
Was it a foldable one or what?
I don't know. But how does not one employee see him walk out? Was the stretchy pants that stretchy that they couldn't?
I don't know.
They couldn't tell a crossbow was in there? Or is it like a small one?
Maybe a small foldable one?
Maybe, but he was also using the crutch.
Oh,
but still, you won't see the crossbow in his crotch area?
Maybe the pants were really stretchy.
Well,
or the super baggy?
Yeah, super baggy.
Maybe.
I mean,
MC Hammer pants.
You can't touch this. No.
They didn't touch him for 2 weeks.
I know, I was going to say not till 2 weeks later. No. Wow, that's crazy. That's dumb.
It is dumb.
Where'd you try that?
She made the club.
Well, you know what? It had to be a big one if it's like a 1,300.
Right?
That is true.
It's 33-inch.
That's a 33 inch. Put one in his crotch like that? And use the crutch as a ruse.
Maybe he had like an inside person
distracting the employee?
Or something.
But someone had to have seen it, though.
True.
You notice somebody walking funny like that.
Especially, you look at people who have crutches on, you're like, oh, what happened?
You staring at handicapped people?
Handicapped, but like when they're walking in, I'm trying to get at me.
I told Joey.
How can you? I mean.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He got away with it for 2 weeks, though.
Right. Almost worked.
Hey, but you know what?
How'd they get him? Look at the video. How they know who he was?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe a receipt?
Maybe.
How did they? That's a good question. Good question, Mike.
Well, unless they put out like a video saying you know this person, and probably someone came forward like, I know him, that's so and so.
That is true.
Because you know what happened? Because a friend of ours works at True Value, and they had stolen some guns there too. Underneath their noses, also, he said that he wasn't aware that it had happened until they had to call him in and say like, well, hey, well, look. So they had to do that. They went through all the surveillance. They called in the big guys to come in and see, like,
Yep.
It's crazy. And they had to talk to him because he was the last one to kind of lock up the guns.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
But, wow. That was mighty brave of him.
Right.
How they steal guns?
I know. How do you steal guns, right?
Take it a run.
What's the song by REO Speedwagon? Take It on the Run?
I don't know.
So now we're going to talk about Brandon Lawson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Lawson disappeared on August 9th, 2013, after his truck ran out of gas on Highway 277 outside of Brant, Texas, which is 33 miles northeast of San Angelo, Texas. Something happened after that led Brandon to make a strange 911 call before he disappeared. And here's a little bit about Brandon Lawson. Brandon lived in San Angelo, Texas at the time of his disappearance. He had a girlfriend and they had 4 children together. He worked on an oil field and he was 26 years old. On August 8th, 2013, Brandon Lawson arrived at his home in San Angelo, Texas, where he lived with his girlfriend of 10 years, Ladissa Lofton. Between 10:45 and 11 p.m., Lawson and Lofton got into a heated argument in which Lawson left the house and did not return that night. So they got an argument.
It was a big argument. He took off.
From what I read, he hadn't returned the night before, and then how late he got home that night, she was already mad.
Oh.
Because of the possible drug
addiction.
He was on drugs, yeah.
So he was already in and out. Not in and out, but like coming home whenever he wanted. And, yeah.
Lofton believed that Lawson was on drugs at the time. At the time, Lawson had ongoing issues with substance abuse, but had been clean for about 6 months. Lawson's brother, Kyle Lawson, later claimed that Brandon had taken meth shortly before his disappearance.
It's meth.
That's
the worst drug.
That's the worst kind of drugs. Next to heroin? Which was worse, the meth or heroin? I mean, they're both bad.
I don't know.
I don't
know, Michelle.
Both bad.
Should we try?
Let me hit up my drug dealer.
I know, I'm doing. Michelle, really?
We're never hearing that here late at night.
No.
That crap.
No,
but
stop moving the mic.
It's like right there. My elbows are not short. Okay, so he was denying he was on drugs to his wife?
Yeah.
But the brother knew he was already, yeah. Oh, man.
So he couldn't stay off the meth.
Yeah, that's what their argument was about. That and stress from their living situation.
Oh, okay. So were they living with other people, like other family members? Or
I think their own financial problems.
Yeah.
Oh, and then his money was going to that drug.
Yeah.
Very expensive habit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Around 11:30 p.m., Brandon called his father, who lives or lived in Crowley, Texas, about a 3-hour drive from San Angelo, and told him he was going over to his house. At around 11:54 p.m., Lawson left his house to go to his father's house, driving his silver Ford F-150.
Okay, so at 11:30 he called his father.
And what time did he take off?
At 11:54. So were they still arguing, or was he just getting stuff?
Probably just getting ready to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, because if they're arguing between 10:45 and 11.
So it just took him a while to leave?
Well, yeah. Because it didn't say exactly when he left. They just said that they were arguing between that time.
Yeah.
Probably just want to leave.
Yeah, but took him.
Oh, it says later on down here what time he took off.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe while he was packing his stuff, he was trying to get a hold of his dad?
Yeah.
Or talking with his dad?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's that heated, the best situation is for one of them to leave. So, yeah, it was either going to be, of course, he's not going to want her to go in the middle of the night with the kids.
Oh, true.
So.
Unless she kicked him out.
And she had everything.
Oh, wait. No.
She probably did. Or he just left on his own?
Yeah, I think so.
You see? Voluntarily left on his own.
Which was a mistake.
To cool off. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially...
So he was high on meth.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially if you take off and you're high that way.
Yeah.
I mean, the best situation I would say was just stay home.
Yeah.
And write it out.
But she wasn't having it.
Well, no one wants to see that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen clips of people on meth?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
They're high like that.
It's not good with the kids either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On August 9th at about 12:30 a.m., Lawson called Kyle and told him he had run out of gas and was pulled over on U.S. Route 277 between San Angelo and Brant, Texas.
So at 12:30,
he had run out of gas.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see now.
He didn't check his gas meter.
Well, when you're upset like that,
that's the last thing you think about.
The last thing on your mind is like if you have gas, you just want to get out of there as fast as you want, as you can. But if you're going to take a 3-hour drive,
you should check your gas.
You should check your gas to make sure you have enough in there.
Yep.
But there's a gas station that has to be open 24/7 that he can go.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Or maybe he just woke. Maybe because he was high, he just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
He just took off.
Or just mad.
Assumed.
Yeah.
That he can make it.
He was on meth, so he wasn't on his right mind.
Yeah.
High and pissed off.
Yeah. Not a good combo.
Nope.
Stay off drugs, kids.
Yes.
Especially meth.
The meth and the heroin. The coke.
All drugs.
Y'all talking about staying off certain drugs. Are y'all on the other drugs I ain't mentioning?
No, man.
What are you talking about, Ben?
Y'all were saying stay off meth and coke, but y'all didn't mention all the other drugs.
Stay off all drugs.
Stay off all drugs.
I'm all of them. Okay, so what else happened?
Kyle said that during the call, Lawson told him that 3 expletives are chasing me out of town, and later clarified it was the Mexicans in the neighborhood.
Sure.
He, like, out in the field?
Well,
I
guess where they live. I guess where they lived, yeah.
Huh?
Probably the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood over there?
Yeah. The 3 Mexicans.
The 3.
Oh, the Mexicans, not the 3 Mexicans.
No, it's...
Oh, wait, the 3 Mexicans.
3... So what did he call them? Like 3 fuckers are chasing me out of town? And
Probably.
It was like the Mexicans in the neighborhood?
Expletive Mexicans.
Maybe the fucking Mexicans, maybe.
Maybe.
Was he being racist?
Maybe. I don't know.
And Kyle asked Brandon if he was hallucinating, which Brandon denied.
Which he probably was.
Probably was hallucinating.
He probably was.
Yeah.
If he was already on it at that night.
Yeah.
And he ran out of gas.
Yeah.
You need gas.
But was
Drive
it
3
determined he
hours.
actually did run out of gas, or he thought he ran out of gas? You know what I'm trying to get at?
I think he actually did.
He actually did?
Yeah, I think so.
How far in between was he between his dad's house?
No.
Well, you only got about a half an hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a 3
So
hour drive.
he's still pretty far.
Yeah, because he took off at 11:54, and by 12:30 he was already calling his brother
Yeah.
that he ran out of gas.
Not even a little bit more over 30 minutes.
Yeah, not even that far. He was still within the county,
Yeah.
on the other side of the city, in a different city.
The little town.
A little town where Mexicans were chasing him.
Mexicans.
Supposedly.
Kyle, along with his wife and 4-year-old child, drove to Lofton's house and retrieved a gas can. Kyle said they continued to make calls to each other, but Brandon wouldn't hold a conversation with him, usually ending the call after a few sentences. So he ended the call after a few sentences. It just hung up or he hung up.
They just, I guess, one of them hung up on probably Brandon.
At 12:50 a.m., Lawson called 911, which rang at a local nursing home in Robert Lee, Texas. And he told the responder that he had run out of gas and that he needed the police. Why would the 911 go?
I know, why is it going to the nursing home?
Maybe that's just where the service was.
To have to live in a small town like that, right?
I don't know about
Go visit your grandma in the nursing home.
Pretty cool.
By the way, that's where the 911 is at.
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome, though.
You know everybody?
That you know everybody.
Small town?
I would like to live in a small town like that. Well, maybe not where everyone knows your business.
Yeah, so it was a pretty small town. During the call, Lawson made several confusing or incoherent statements, including, "Yes, I am in the middle of a field. Pulled some guys over right here going toward Abilene on both sides, or Brock sides. And my truck ran out of gas. There's one car here, the guy's chasing to the woods. Please hurry. Some people hear another male voice in the background, but it's not proven that there was another voice."
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard the other voice. It's kind of.
I never heard the 911 call, to be honest with you. But I don't like listening to 911 calls. That's the thing. That's why I don't listen.
We'll listen to it right now.
We're gonna put that in.
It's because
we're gonna put it up episode.
Yeah, it's because one time I listened to a 911 call from back in the 80s about this woman who was home alone with her kid.
Yeah.
And I think this was like in a bigger city, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I want to say New York, but I don't think it was in New York.
Yeah.
It was in a bigger city, but like in a small city.
Yeah.
And she was home alone, and someone was trying to break in, so she called 911, and all of a sudden you hear her scream real ugly, and she's asking the guy what he wanted from her.
Yeah.
He raped her. The rape didn't happen over the phone.
Yeah.
Later on, it said that's what happened. I was like, I can't listen to 911 calls.
We're gonna listen to it.
Okay. Fine, Boko. But if I
Not
have
right now.
nightmares, I'm calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't care.
We're listening.
Yeah,
We're gonna listen to
I was
this one.
like, you're sympathetic. He's all like, okay, we're going to listen to it.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to it, Michelle.
And we're going to listen to it in slow motion.
Yes.
It's not bad enough.
Because
Yes.
It's not bad. You just hear him talking gibberish.
But you know what? Video creeps me out the most, though.
Stupidity. Yeah.
It's the Cecile one with that Elaine. What's her name?
Elaine Lam.
Yeah, the video that they showed.
That's a whole different case, Michelle.
I know it's a whole different.
It wasn't even a 911 call.
It doesn't matter. It's still creepy.
We'll probably be doing that case sometime.
So she's looking around. She's like this.
Really?
Have you seen that, Ben?
You never seen the video?
Which one is that?
The Lisa Lamb.
Oh yeah, on the
Yeah,
elevator.
they had a Netflix show on it.
Yeah, on the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's freaky.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
But have you all heard about that elevator game though? That they think that maybe that's what she was doing.
No.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it's about.
It's about.
What do you have to do?
Well, it's supposedly you go into the elevator and you're supposed to push all of the buttons, right? Hear me on this.
How annoying would that be?
Well, very annoying. But it's supposed to. But like when you do that, it's supposed to like take you in between like into like a part of the building that no one knows about. You know, trying to get in. And then you just come back in, and then you're supposed to like, and then it goes back to normal. But so they think that that's what she was trying to do. But
they found her.
No, but it's no one to house. The Night Stalker dude, what's his name?
Richard Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez and all those guys. You know that's what it's so popular. So they think that's why it's so. That's why they think it's like content. You know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
So
let's
we do that case.
We're gonna do it eventually.
There's another one, Richard Ramirez.
We're gonna do.
Oh yeah,
another one.
We gotta do him.
There's 2 more.
Yeah.
We gotta do. We're gonna do the.
We gotta do him.
Menendez brothers.
Oh yeah, the Menendez brothers.
We're gonna do them.
Oh, I'm gonna go back into my 80s Lifetime movie catalog and pick a case there too, because those are interesting.
There's no movie about Brandon Lawson on Lifetime.
Nope, not yet. Not yet. But now that they find the remains, I bet they're gonna make one.
Wouldn't put it past them.
Anything.
Yeah.
But have you seen the new Unsolved Mysteries
on Netflix?
On Netflix, did you see that one about? Have you seen it?
Ben, get on it, Ben.
Yeah, you need to get on there.
Get on it.
There's that one case about that man who mysteriously died under weird circumstances. We gotta cover that case. I don't know if you all saw the episode where.
Which one?
It's the one where
he was in a hotel room walking around. I was in a hotel walking around.
They found him in a
dumpster.
No, they found him in the building, or they found like
where he jumped.
Where he jumped.
He jumped, or he was pushed.
Or somehow he was jumped or pushed or whatever.
Yeah, it was like the first season, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or was the second season?
I haven't seen the second season. It was the first season.
Right.
I think it was like the first. I think it was like the second or third episode.
Well, watch the second season.
Well, that's what I'm going to do tonight, but I have a lot of shows I need to catch up on, and right now it's my Real Housewives of New Jersey. I need to take a break from true crime because it scares me.
We're here.
All right.
We'll give you a hug, okay?
All right. y'all some bitches better answer the damn phones and I get scared in the middle of the night.
Oh, I turned my phone off at night.
I'm going to come knocking on the door. Hello.
Can you not move the mic?
I'm keep telling you. I don't have...
You literally have to lean in. You literally have to lean in.
I'm off balance sometimes.
So there was no proving there was anybody there, right?
I don't think so. I don't think it's proven, but I think on the video you can hear something.
You hear something?
You hear like another man, maybe.
Is it like that? Is it kind of like that one where that young son also was calling his parents and they heard him scream, "Oh shit!" and he's been missing since then?
I've never seen that one.
It's kind of the same situation where
I haven't heard that one.
I forgot the name. I need to look it up. But he ran out of gas too, so he had called his parents to let him know, to come and get him. And while he was on the phone with them, they heard him yell, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And I hung up. And after that, they couldn't find him.
You gotta find me the case.
Yeah, I'll see who. I'll Google it and I'll give you the case so you can look into it.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he had a 911 call too, or he just called his parents and they heard it and they called 911 to go and.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. I think it's in Minnesota, right?
I think so. And I think he was out in the field too somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, just a conspiracy theory. But what if there's a creature out there?
Why are we whispering?
I don't know, because it's a conspiracy theory. I don't want no one to know, but.
Wait, talk louder, Michelle.
But what if there's a creature out there or something getting these guys?
Bigfoot?
Monster? Some kind of monster?
I'm open to it.
Right?
I'm open-minded.
I'm just saying.
Ben doesn't believe in that stuff.
You don't believe in that stuff?
Joey.
There's a great bear.
You better believe in Loch Ness.
Yeah, Ben. You better.
Better.
Or else.
Several minutes later, at 12:56 a.m., a trucker called 911 to report lost his truck, which was parked in a hazardous manner on the road. He had to kind of park
like slanted, I guess.
Slanted right of the street.
Like in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
So he ran out of gas and he didn't pull over.
He didn't pull over.
There.
So he just kind of did it recklessly then.
Yeah.
Kind of like happened.
Stop where he, yeah.
Oh yeah, he was really
messed up. Yeah.
on his drugs there then.
Well, if he thought somebody was chasing him, I mean, it makes sense.
Was he just high on drugs or was he drinking too?
I just heard about the drugs.
I don't know about that.
It's probably hard to tell now.
Yeah.
Between 12:50 a.m. and 1:15 a.m., Brandon received and made several calls with his brother, his girlfriend, his neighbor, and the 911 dispatcher. Though his poor cell phone reception caused several of these calls to go straight to voicemail, and after 1:19 a.m., all calls to his phone went straight to his voicemail.
But not with the 911 call, obviously.
Yeah.
But like when he called his brother and his girlfriend and his neighbor, it went straight to voicemail. And then when they tried to call him back, it went straight to voicemail too?
That's what I'm understanding.
Right?
The poor cell
So he
phone.
stopped answering his phone after 1:19. At around 1:18 a.m., Kyle called Brandon, who sounded out of breath and claimed he was bleeding.
Bleeding.
Did he say where he was bleeding from or he was just bleeding?
I understand he was bleeding. But
Maybe, wait, what, was it a field that he was hiding in?
it's like a wooded area, I think.
I think so.
He probably got scratched. Maybe he got
He could have fallen in.
Got cut.
got
cut.
without him
Yeah.
knowing. And maybe it was just like a scratch
Yeah.
that was bleeding.
Like a
And he just,
scrape?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just scared. Shortly after 1 a.m., a sheriff's deputy arrived at Brandon's truck location, though Brandon wasn't there.
So the sheriff showed up at Brandon's truck location, but Brandon wasn't there. So Brandon took off
So, we're
So,
out
he-
in the fields.
so that's when he took off to the field.
to the fields.
A wooded
Was
area.
it a field or like was it like trees, like a wooded?
I think it was like wooded area.
Not like a field like where it was a field of corn or a field of
No.
No, not like that.
cotton or whatever.
No.
The cotton can't grow that tall.
Yeah. But I think it's just like a wooded area
Wooded area.
with shrubs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe he was near a neighborhood, but you would think
No, it was no neighborhood.
it was no neighborhood.
No.
Out in the
So
country.
why was he
I've
saying
seen
that
the-
It's kind of like on the monte.
Well, he's saying that Mexicans chased him out of like his neighborhood.
Hey. Not that he just had a fight with his wife, but the Mexicans heard it. and
Maybe
told
they
him he
had
need to go.
maybe they had beef with the neighbors or something.
A Mexican, maybe.
Or maybe he had beef with the neighbors because he owed them money.
Maybe the
True.
Mexican was the drug supplier,
That's true.
and he was like,
Maybe.
"Dude, you owe me like 800 something, man." I
True.
mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get 800 regardless.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
that's 800 that you owe me. You better leave, punk. Who are we kidding? That's not what happened. He was high. He took off. He was mad. There's no Mexican. No one was chasing him.
Or maybe that's just a story he told his brother so he wouldn't
he
know
wouldn't
that
be all
they
like,
fought
why
with
to
the
leave?
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So so the sheriff arrived and Brandon wasn't there. What happened next?
Kyle arrived at the truck around 1:10 a.m. At the time, he was on the phone with Lawson, who told him, "I can see you. I'm right here." But neither the deputy nor Kyle could see him.
Okay, that's
That's kind of weird.
Wait, so he saw them. So he saw him. Well, he had to have seen them, because why would you say
Yeah,
that? You
I
know?
see you.
But why didn't you want to come out, though?
He's the one that called the cops.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, you're calling 911 for help.
But then you're
calling
hiding.
everyone,
And you're hiding.
and you're
But
hiding.
you're hiding when they show up.
But see, that's where
He was losing it, I think.
He was losing you.
Yeah.
He knew where they were, though. He knew where his truck was.
Yeah.
But
He could see them. They just
He
didn't
just
know where he
couldn't-
was.
Yeah.
So he had to have been like far into where no one could see him. Maybe it's just a wooded area that no one can really see where
Yeah.
you're at unless you're like.
True, but
But they didn't bother. Neither one of them bothered to go into the wooded area to go look for him.
Or ask him to stay where
Say
he was.
where he is at.
yeah.
Or like, hey, okay, like we brought you gas, we're gonna go, and maybe just go down the street a little bit,
Yeah.
and wait to see if he, you know.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
But then again, if you're dealing with someone that's been dealing this throughout your whole life,
Yeah.
and he's just, you know, I can get where you're at some point you have to be like, okay, I help you, but I can only help you so much.
So much, yeah.
You know, you gotta do it on your own here.
Yep. You
Here's
get
your
tired.
gas.
Yep.
So what did they tell him? Did they see him? What happened
I
next?
know they couldn't see him.
Yeah. And at the time of the disappearance, Lawson had an active arrest warrant on him. And Kyle thought that he may have been hiding from the deputy.
That's stupid.
Maybe.
But again, he
Why
called them.
call the...
Call
Yeah,
911.
exactly.
A cop's gonna come look for you.
Yeah.
Not the ambulance and,
And
not
he
the
and
fire
on
department.
the message it said I need the cops because the lady asked if he needed an ambulance
And
and he said no, I need the cops. So he asked for the cops specifically. So why would you hide and
I don't know.
knowing you have a warrant?
He was just confused.
Yeah, I
He
think
was
that's what
just-
it is. I think just him being on the drugs just confused everything.
Yeah.
And so instead of remembering, because you see it a lot with drunk people where you're like, you said this, and they're like, no, I did it.
Yeah,
And you're like, okay, but I was a sober one. I know what you said.
Mhm.
But they're like, I don't remember saying that. I dealt with that a lot. And it's the same way. Maybe it's the same way with this drug.
True.
You forget that. What happened after that?
After talking to the officer, Kyle drove a short distance up the road and parked the car to wait for Lawson to appear. Though after about 30 to 45 minutes, he left. While Kyle left the gas can in the back of Lawson's truck and later returned to the truck around 5 a.m., where he was surprised that Lawson had not returned. Around 8 a.m., the truck was towed.
Okay, so he did go and see if he was going to come out.
He drove away, and I guess
Maybe once he saw them take off, I don't know why. But then again, you're in a...
maybe he.
like
I wonder if he did more drugs while he was hiding.
And passed out or something.
Could be.
Maybe.
It could be he saw where he left the gas and he's just kind of like, okay, and like you said, that maybe he had more stuff with him, so he's like, you know what?
Or maybe he didn't realize that the brother left the gas.
And he just took off walking?
Yeah.
But if he was seeing them, he had to have seen.
Not true.
Unless he's not saying that unless he was lying about seeing them.
That's true also.
Too.
Maybe he was hallucinating, saying, like, I see you, and he didn't really see
He was
them.
seeing other, like, demons.
Yeah, and maybe he was, like, further than he thought he was.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not demons, like, you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, but, like, like, he was seeing, like, you know,
hallucinating.
hallucinating.
Yeah.
Like, he thought they were, like, right there, but...
Yeah.
I never thought
I'm
about
still
that.
kind of shocked that they didn't go into the wooded area, though.
Some people think he drowned.
Oh.
Because there's, like, a river.
Uh-huh.
Or something. Like,
So maybe, like, he's
like a
double-
river. Yeah, but I read that the river wasn't even that deep.
But maybe, but
He was high. And
he was high. And, like they say, when the sugar high, you know, he used to have these... Remember when he used to have those big old things of candies and you asked for one, he just looked at you like... Yeah, like that.
What's
Didn't
my
just seriously
stash?
ask me?
I know it's your stash, but still, you can offer one.
And look, I'm running dry. That's what happens when I offer people.
Yeah, man, they eat it all.
Tell me you didn't just ask.
We'll listen to the 911 call a few times, in normal speed and slow speed. After that, we'll discuss what we think Brandon is saying during the call. This is the call in normal speed.
9/2013 0:50 and 38 seconds. 911 emergency.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. The Staples just pushed some guys over. Right here going towards Javelin on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. There's one car here that got shaken to the woods. Please hurry.
Okay, now run that by me.
One more. Not talking to him. I actually ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
That's the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
Yeah, no, I need the cops.
Okay. Is anybody hurt? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Now this is the recording in slower speed.
9/2013 0:50 and 38 seconds. 911 emergency.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. The Staples just pushed some guys over. Right here going towards Javelin on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. There's one car here that got shaken to the woods. Please hurry.
Okay, now run that by me.
And we're not talking to him. I actually ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
That's the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
No, I need the cops.
Okay. Is anybody hurt? Hello?
Yeah, so that was the video. Normal speed and slow speed. What do you guys think?
That was a weird 911 call. That's a half of the stuff you couldn't even understand what he was
Just
saying.
saying, yeah.
All I understood was middle of the field and on his way to Abilene.
Yeah, both
sides.
sides.
I heard both sides too.
I heard
Yeah.
both sides.
And also, I heard possible chase into the woods.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And that's what.
He ran out of gas. He got chased into the woods.
He ran. Okay.
Chased by his demons.
Well, that's
not true.
saying.
Maybe he was hallucinating.
Possibly, but I mean, there's the other voice.
Was it another voice or was it him whispering to himself to protect yourself?
Hey, that's true. Like,
Yes, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like protect yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you know?
Yeah, because people did hear protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would like to think if someone was running with him, he would have been like, it's me and another guy.
Right.
You're being chased, you know.
Yeah. Or this other guy's chasing me.
Right, yeah.
Right. But in his world, he was...
In whatever world that he was... Yeah. That
someone was chasing him.
Someone was chasing him.
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself.
Like, he was like talking to himself.
Talking to himself.
That could be it too.
It could be.
Because it's...
But the voice sounds further away. Unless he moved the phone away.
He could have done that. Unless he had put the phone down and he's like looking around. Or like I'm just going to show you. Like he had it like this talking.
Yeah.
And then he's just kind of like, you know, like hold on. And then he's just kind of like, protect yourself. Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Because if it was someone chasing him saying that, I think they would have been like, you better protect yourself. Or you should protect yourself.
Yep.
Could very well be.
Because I would like to think that if it was someone else telling him that, they would have been already on his butt.
Yep.
Yeah, if someone's chasing you, they're going to be like, protect yourself.
Yeah.
They're just going to shoot you.
Yeah. Hey, protect yourself.
You need to protect yourself. But we still need to figure out what those three noises in the background are.
Yeah.
Is it...
Maybe he was under a bridge.
Is there bridges around that area where he's at?
Yeah, because there was a river.
So, but was it like an overpass where people cross over to go to the next...
Yeah, it was like a street bridge. Like a...
Maybe he was laying down.
It sounds like a street to me more than gunshots.
Yeah, that's going to say because gunshots...
It would be more louder.
Yeah. Is there any way we can pull up, like, examples?
Not even the silencers. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Not even silencers would sound like that.
Make it sound like that.
Yeah.
It would be too quiet.
Yeah. No, they're kind of loud still.
Really?
The silencers?
You hear when it comes out, right?
Yeah, you still hear the...
Depends on the gun.
You're all going to make fun of me if I say...
Pew, 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 pew,
pew. When you hear that...
You're... What's it called? What's the sound effects?
The sound effects are... I don't know. But because it does sound like one of cars. Because I've been underneath the overpass over there going towards the mall.
Uh-huh.
And when I'm at the stoplight and I get right underneath the bridge.
You hear that exact sound?
Yeah, you can hear it. And it sounds like that when the cars are going... You can hear it.
That was a pretty interesting 911 call.
That was pretty interesting.
It was a very interesting 911 call.
That helped me in the end that's creepy.
Yep.
That what?
That helped me at the end.
No, I know.
Help me.
Maybe he was already passing out around that time.
Then maybe.
And maybe that's why it's so low and he can't.
He was.
Because if someone's chasing you, I mean, you're not. Well, you might whisper it if you're hiding and you don't want them there close by. But we would have heard some kind of scuffling.
True.
Or like
footsteps.
Or
True.
Other people talking.
Yeah, you never hear no scuffling. You don't hear anything. He sounds out of breath, though.
Yeah, like he was running.
Yeah, you don't even hear any people in the background saying, like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
After Brandon's disappearance, a local sheriff deputy organized a search party to search for Brandon in the area where his truck was parked. They didn't find him or any signs of him.
I wonder how far they searched that area.
Well, that's what I was going to say, like, well, to begin with, I'm still baffled as to why the brother and the sheriff, when they were there the first time, didn't go into the woods to begin with.
Yeah.
Just to be like, look, if he sees us, then he's within shot.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just go.
Let's go looking.
Yeah, you go this way, I'll go that way.
Maybe I can't understand.
I don't understand it.
That's your brother.
That's your brother, yeah.
Go.
But remember, he knew he was fine because he was talking to him. That's right, he was talking to him on the phone with the... Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he didn't think it was a big old deal because he said he saw him.
And maybe he just already knew the way he was.
Yeah.
He was on it and he pretty much knows what he's,
Yeah.
Just give him
so
time.
Maybe
he'll
he
get off of it another hour or two. And he'll be fine.
And he left the gas tank.
Yeah. But then he did wait from him, though. And he never appeared out of the...
Yeah.
Well, even if you don't look for him the first time, at that point, go look.
Well, that's true, too. I mean, if you don't see him reappearing within 45 minutes and be like, you know what, I couldn't leave my brother out there in the woods. Yeah. How am I going to go explain to my parents that I just left him there all high and stuff?
Yeah.
And just,
Yep.
And be like, oh, you know how he is? That has to weigh heavy on the brother, too.
I would say so.
Yep.
I would think so.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I didn't go and look for him
More. Yeah.
Unless the cop told him not to. Unless he wanted
True.
to. The cop says, like, it's not a good idea right now because
It's dark.
and I only have so much a little flashlight can do.
True. Maybe the brother didn't have a flashlight either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Well, that could be true. Yeah, he didn't have a flashlight himself.
But I think he would have mentioned if he said that he tried and the cop told him no. Unless they did without anyone knowing about it and just couldn't find him. So they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
well, let's just go and just leave it here and just wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Friends and family of Lawson set up a Facebook page called Help Find Brandon Lawson, which as of 2021 had over 20,000 likes. On February 4th, 2022, Lawson's family reported on the Help Find Brandon Lawson Facebook page that a search party had located clothing identified as Lawson's near his last known location.
Oh, so they found the clothing.
About his clothing.
I heard that area that they found him in, it was previously not searched.
Yeah, I was hearing about that too.
That they didn't have permission before.
And that they didn't even push to get any kind of permission to get
Yeah.
it searched at, which is kind of.
And they're saying for people not to like blame the landowner.
Oh, because he was the one that said no.
No, it's just that they don't want. I guess they don't want people to blame the landowner.
That he might have been the one who killed him.
That or that he let him search.
Oh, but
then later on he let him.
Oh, okay, but
I think that's what I understood. I think that's what I understood.
But did they ask him first?
I don't know about that.
See, that's the thing, though, because I mean, if he's in that area, you would think the first thing they'll be is like, well, hey, we need to search the back because this guy went missing.
Yeah. And then they asked him this time around. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
That they can search.
Do you all feel like the cops flopped on this one as far as the searching goes, or do you think it was just because they really didn't have anything to go on as far as the 911 call went?
It could be a mixture of both.
Right, because weren't they saying that
They could have searched the area a long time ago.
Unless it's private property. He can say
Well,
no.
yeah.
Well, that's what they're trying to say, though, right?
Yeah,
they're
they're saying that.
say like they couldn't do it because it was private property.
Yeah.
But at that point, why don't you just go get a warrant?
Oh, well, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what.
Yeah, but they could have maybe asked the person before.
Well, then at that point, just be like, well, we need to get a warrant because we need to cover all of our bases. It's
Yeah.
like trying to say.
Yeah, as soon as he says no, go get a warrant.
Yeah, but I don't think he said. No, I don't think the landowner ever said no.
Oh.
They probably didn't even ask. They
That's
probably
what I'm
just assumed-
thinking.
Yeah, they probably. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a big flop on
The cops.
on the cops' part because
Yeah.
whoever's in charge of finding the missing, does it go straight to the cops after a certain while, or does it go straight to the?
I don't know. Maybe the cops could have done a better job.
Well, that's what I'm.
Or law enforcement. What do you say, law enforcement?
Well, the law.
Because we don't know which agency it is. The cops, the city cops, the town cops, could be DPS, sheriffs.
We all need to get together and try a little bit harder to.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying, but we don't know which agency was in charge. You know what I mean? No, they're saying not to blame the landowner because when they asked him, he said yes right away. They didn't ask him, I believe.
Yeah.
No.
yes,
Before.
Okay.
And I guess it's a large area.
So then it's on
people
law
really go
enforcement.
there. So is it more like in a property where the house is like in the middle of a
Well, I don't know. No, I think it's just land.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And like,
They're saying about a house being nearby.
so, okay. So
It's just
he
like a large-
owned the
the
property.
land,
He
the
owned the
land,
land there. Nothing's built there, but
I don't know. I'm just saying that
He hasn't
the
heard anything.
landowner gave him permission when they asked this time around. So which means they didn't ask him the first time, which they should have.
Which is on law enforcement.
Yeah.
And that the Texas Rangers had subsequently conducted a search of the area and found human remains.
Also, they found the clothing and then human remains.
Yes.
so they found clothing. Oh,
And then-
okay. Well, were the clothing on the human remains, or was it like in different areas?
Well, they found his clothing near his last location.
Yeah.
So he took off his clothes and crawled
Maybe it
somewhere.
was
Mhm.
possibly.
Then you know that his death has to be part of the drug.
Yeah.
I've heard that
overdose.
Yeah.
I think
when people are on certain
They start
drugs,
stripping.
they start stripping.
they start getting hot, or they start thinking
It's a sad situation.
like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Stay off drugs, kids.
Yeah.
DNA results are not complete as of February 4th, 2022, but the remains are expected to belong to Lawson.
Oh, so they're expected. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. They're his.
So after 9 years?
What are your guys' thoughts on this case? What are your theories?
Drugs.
Yeah, that's my theory. I
don't think he was high.
I think it all boiled down to he was high and who knows how much he took or how much he had in his system and he kept putting in his system.
Maybe he kept on going, like using it.
Yeah.
I believe he was on drugs.
They were just bad drugs.
Yeah.
I made him hallucinate thinking he was being chased.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, unfortunately, because they didn't really look for him that night that they went to go help him out, like literally go in.
Well, yeah, but it was like a big area.
Yeah, big area. That's what I'm saying.
Now during a search, maybe they could have spread out more and then asked that landowner permission.
Or wait till the next day, right? Or maybe message him like, hey, look, if anything, just stay in your truck.
Yeah.
And we'll come back in the morning to get you.
But, yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe he overdosed. Well.
Yeah, he overdosed, I think.
Unless they say
They
say they found him or he was by a river?
That's what people were speculating because of the noise.
Maybe he
So obviously,
maybe he like fell asleep, rolled over, and his face was in the stream.
I have to find out the location of the body.
Yeah.
To see if there was like a bridge nearby. Yeah, it was just drugs.
Yeah, I think it was just drugs. I think the whole thing.
Like again, it was a sad situation.
Very sad.
He got lost.
Poor kids lost a father. The wife lost her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Someone lost his brother.
Drugs don't just ruin your life.
It ruins the people around you.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed this episode of the 4 True Crime Idiots podcast. Please rate us on Apple Podcasts and please follow us, the 4 True Crime Idiots podcast, on all of our social media platforms. All of the links will be in the description. Until the next episode,
stay safe.
Be vigilant.
Beware of your surroundings.
Bye.
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 Thank you for listening.
Have a great one.